Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a reminder to everybody that a photo will be taken of each graduate on the platform. Between June 19 and September 19, graduates will be able to download a print quality photo at umb.ca/graduation/insignia. Thank you very much.
Amplissime Cancellary, placetni tibi ad officium incipiat.
Plaquette.
Please remain standing for the prayer of invocation, which will be given by Father Monty Peters, pastor at St. Anthony's Parish.
O Heavenly God, creator of nature and humankind, on this beautiful morning, our university community gathers for Insania. We acknowledge you as the source of wisdom, love, life, and goodness, and we seek your blessing. Please bless each and every one of our graduates who will receive their degrees at this ceremony. May they treasure the education they have acquired, share it with others, and use it for your glory. Bless their parents, their spouses, their partners, their families, their friends, and everyone who assisted and encouraged them on their journey to this day. And bless the members of this learning community who supported and guided them in their studentship. Bless our maintenance people, our janitors, ground crew, security personnel, and physical plant employees who keep our campus neat and safe and clean for us. And bless our administrative and ancillary staff, the managers, secretaries, receptionists, and clerks who oversee the business of running our university. And bless our student services personnel, the counselors, advisors, medical people, and student supervisors, peer educators, and mentors who attend to the quality of student life. And bless our active and retired faculty, the deans, professors, lecturers, tutors, coaches, lab assistants, and technicians who enlighten and empower our students with knowledge, understanding, and critical thought. And bless the officers of our university, our Chancellor, our President, Vice Presidents, Senators, and Governors who are entrusted with the challenging responsibility of leading us. And bless our Lieutenant Governor, who graciously presides over our ceremony. We come to this Insania with grateful hearts. May your Spirit fill our gathering with celebration and joy. Amen.
Please be seated. I'd like to take a moment here at the start of our ceremony to introduce our platform party, and I would ask that you hold your applause until the end. Members of the platform, please stand as I call your name. Joining me on stage are the Honorable Graydon Nicholas, Lieutenant Governor of New Brunswick; Jane Fritz, University Orator; Anthony Secco, Vice President, Fredericton; Father Monty Peters, Pastor at St. Anthony's Parish; our Chancellor, Richard Curry; Hilary Pearson, recipient of an honorary degree here today; Catherine McCain, Chair of our Board of Governors; David Burns, Vice President, Research; Gail Storr, Dean of Nursing; David McGee, Dean of Science; David Campbell, past honorary degree recipient; Heather Nielsen, President of UNB's Associated Alumni; Bob Skillen, Vice President Advancement; Michael Burt, Professor Emeritus; Jules Picot, Professor Emeritus; Gwendolyn Davies, Dean Emerita of the School of Graduate Studies; Margaret Grant McGivney, Member of the Board of Governors; Ram Verna, Professor Emeritus; Cindy Flan, Assistant University Comptroller; Carol Laurie, Member of UNB's Board of Governors; John Neville, Associate Dean, School of Graduate Studies; David Woolnough, Member of UNB's Board of Governors; David Hinton, our University Registrar; and finally Sarah Deverin, University Secretary. Thank you all for being a part of this very special day. A very special welcome to you all. particularly our graduates. These are genuinely among the very happiest days at our university. Some of you have had amazing journeys to be here. Welcome to all of you. Enjoy this moment. Few of us understand the transformative power of higher education better than the man seated to my left. Richard J. Curry's experience as a Beaverbrook Scholar at the University of New Brunswick kick-started one of the truly great careers in Canadian business. In fact, the experience he had here motivated him to later create his own very prestigious scholarships at UNB. Curry scholars benefit not only from significant financial support, but they also receive mentorship and counseling from Richard Curry himself. It's one of but many ways in which Dr. Curry has chosen to give back to this institution that contributed so much to his own personal success. This spring's insignia ceremonies mark Dr. Curry's final ones as Chancellor of our university. Over the last 10 years, and indeed prior to those, many have benefited from his support and his guidance, including the numerous students with whom he has established a personal relationship, the many staff and faculty who have sought his advice and his expertise, many members of our campus and civic communities who play, work, and study in this, the tremendous space that he has built for us, the numerous individuals, groups, and governments in this country who rely every day on UNB's world-class expertise, teaching, and research. UNB's founders carved this institution of higher learning here in the home of the Mi'kmaq and Maliseet peoples some 228 years ago. Like Dr. Curry, UNB's builders were men and women of character and courage whose vision continues to inspire us to this day. I'm pleased and honored to call upon business icon, philanthropist, and our Chancellor, Dr. Richard J. Curry, to deliver the welcome address. Dr. Curry.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, Eddie, for those kind words. Your Honor, members of the Board of Governors, Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, graduates. Welcome to the 184th Insignia at the University of New Brunswick in Fredericton, the oldest English-speaking university in Canada and arguably the oldest public university in North America. Congratulations to you graduates today, the culmination of an achievement that is now only moments away. In completing your degree, you've demonstrated many important qualities: intelligence, resilience, the ability to organize and follow through, the capacity for sustained effort, and commitment to a long-term goal. All will serve you well in the world outside of academia. Today you follow in the footsteps of thousands of UNB alumni who have excelled in the highest levels of government, business, industry, science, the arts, sports, and indeed all areas of worthwhile endeavor. UNB had a responsibility to provide you with the best possible education. It has done that. You are as well prepared as any young person graduating today from any university, anywhere. Your opportunities for achievement are limitless. Now all you need is the courage to pay the physical and emotional price of that achievement. As I look out into this crowd, I see future leaders, visionaries, and innovators. I urge you to think for yourself. Don't follow the crowd. Don't accept common knowledge. It is always common, and rarely is it knowledge. Chase your dreams. Pursue your ideals. Take risks. Bet on yourself. If you don't bet on yourself, you can be sure nobody else will. And read 2 books. Read the book of Ecclesiastes and the book of James. They contain, in short books, all the wisdom you will ever need for your entire working career. I was tempted to delve into the realm of theology a little further and explain those 2 books, which can be explained in about 10 or 12 words, but I'll leave it to you to sort them out. Congratulations. Celebrate today, for today is a day for celebration. Tomorrow, your real work begins.
Thank you, Dr. Curry. I would now like to draw your attention to page 16 of the program. The medals listed there will be presented during our insignia ceremonies. All other medals and prizes appear below the recipient's name in the graduation list. These medals and prizes will be presented at a faculty awards ceremony or can be picked up at the Financial Services Office in the IUC building. On behalf of the university, I want to congratulate to all of our recipients and express the hope that they will maintain the high standards that they have demonstrated in qualifying for these awards. I would now ask our Vice President Fredericton, Dr. Anthony Secco, to assist the Honorable Graydon Nicholas in the presentation of these medals.
The Douglas Gold Medal is UNB's oldest academic award. It was endowed by Sir Howard Douglas, the 3rd Lieutenant Governor of the province, and was first presented in 1833. It is awarded for the best composition on any subject within the regular course of study pursued in the university. I would ask the recipient to come forward as your name is called to receive the medal from the Lieutenant Governor. This year, the Douglas Gold Medal is awarded to Francis René Lozier Bischoff of the Faculty of Science for his composition, topological insight into the patterns of quantum energy levels of the EF state of molecular hydrogen. Through the generosity of His Honor, the Lieutenant Governor, a silver medal is awarded each spring to the outstanding graduating student in each of the faculties on the Fredericton campus. At this ceremony, we will present the medals in nursing and science. I would ask each recipient to come forward as your name is called to receive the medal from the Lieutenant Governor. Lieutenant Governor's silver medal in nursing is awarded to Amanda Margaret Murphy. The Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal in Science is awarded to Francis René Lozier Bischoff.
We will now proceed to the conferring of an honorary degree. The recipient will be presented by the University Orator, Dr. Jane Fritz.
Hilary Pearson to be Doctor of Letters. Hilary Pearson's pedigree in public service would be tough to match by anyone else in Canada. Her grandfather, Lester Pearson, was our Prime Minister and a Nobel Prize recipient. Her father, the late Jeffrey Pearson, was a highly respected Canadian diplomat, providing Hilary with a peripatetic upbringing of a foreign service kid and exposing her to many other parts of the world from an early age. Her mother, Landon Pearson, is a retired Canadian senator with a significant record as a children's rights advocate, and her mother-in-law, the late Laura Sabia, was a social activist and a preeminent leader of Canada's women's movement. So it should have been no surprise that after 12 years of increasing responsibility within the federal public service, followed by several years in the private sector, Hilary Pearson was enticed to the not-for-profit sector in 2001. This time it was service to the public with a twist, taking on the leadership role of the fledgling Philanthropic Foundations Canada. And it is for her ensuing contributions to elevating the voice and effectiveness of private philanthropy in Canada that we honor Hilary Pearson today. Created as a nonprofit membership organization in 1999 and a registered charity since 2002, under Hilary's leadership, Philanthropic Foundations Canada has grown to include 110 private foundations across Canada, including well-known family foundations such as the Margaret and Wallace McCain Foundation, the J. Armand Bombardier Foundation, and the Sobey Foundation. With collective member assets of more than $7 billion, these foundations have the capacity to have an enormous impact on the social fabric of our country, providing grants in fields as far-ranging as social services, education, health, international assistance, arts and culture, and the environment. By building this network of private foundations, the majority of which have few or no staff of their own, they are able to access research, learn from each other, and collaborate in ways that make their distribution of funds increasingly effective to our society. Philanthropic Foundations Canada also provides a collective voice on legislative and regulatory issues that impact philanthropy and the not-for-profit sector. In this role, Hilary has made her mark in advocating for changes in legislation directed at private foundations. In 2006, she was successful in seeking changes to the tax code for charitable giving so that the same tax incentives apply for donating shares to private foundations as to public foundations. What does this mean? Well, the generous gift Warren Buffett made to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation would not have been possible in Canada under previous tax regulations for donations. Another success was Hilary Pearson's 2010 submission to Parliament, which bore fruit with the introduction of a stretch credit for new and increased charitable giving in this year's federal budget. Hilary Pearson has spent the last decade building a strong national network for Canada's philanthropic foundations, a national initiative in effective social investment. Her dedication and her success make UNB proud to admit her today to the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancelore, tota universitas, presenta vobis Hilarum Pearson ut admittator honoris causa ad gradum doctoris in litteris in hoc universitate.
Ego admitto te, Hilarum Pearson, honoris causa, ad gradum doctoris in litteris in universitati Novi Brunswicki. Thank you, Dr. Pearson. It's now my great privilege and pleasure to invite Dr. Hilary Pearson to address this convocation.
Your Honor, Chancellor Curry, President Campbell, distinguished members of the faculty, honored guests, families, and graduates. Thank you very much indeed for this deeply appreciated honor. Thank you also for the opportunity to share this moment with the young people graduating today from the faculties of Nursing and Science. I congratulate you all on your achievements. I also acknowledge your families who have given you their support and their encouragement over the years. You deserve to enjoy this proud and memorable day with your graduates, and I'm so glad the sun is out for you. I'm delighted to be here in the spectacular Richard J. Curry Center with Chancellor Curry in attendance. The first time I saw this center was on its opening day, when it was still waiting to welcome its many users. Now, when I look out at all of you, I can see the full realization of a dream very dear to the Currys. I know no one who has given more of his heart and soul to the University of New Brunswick than Dick Curry. He and his wife Beth are truly exceptional friends and benefactors to the UNB community, and I want to say a special thank you to them this morning. It is humbling for me to receive this honor today from Chancellor Curry and President Campbell, and it's equally humbling for me to address this audience. What useful advice, I wonder, can I give you at this turning point in your lives? As you have heard, I myself am neither a nurse nor a scientist. Indeed, at your age, I would not have dared to tackle these challenging disciplines, and I am deeply impressed by your choices and by the success that you have already demonstrated in graduating today. For my part, I chose public service and then philanthropy as my careers. Many of you might ask what a person who works professionally in philanthropy might have to say to you as you enter life beyond the university. After all, this will be a life that, if you choose to pursue a medical or a scientific career, will be rigorous and disciplined. What does philanthropy, a softer and less well-defined career, have in common with science? I believe that we have much more in common than you think. Being curious, for one thing, searching for evidence, for another, and making a difference, having an impact on the world you live in. In the popular imagination, philanthropy, which is literally defined as the love of mankind, has a rather vague connotation of doing good. There is no final exam and no credential for entering this profession. In fact, anyone can be one. All of you, if you have given $1 to charity or volunteered your time in a community organization or helped a stranger by giving your expertise to help solve a problem, are philanthropists. But what characterizes the best in philanthropy? What is the difference that philanthropy or science can make? And what advice can I offer you to take as you set out to make your own difference in the world? In answer, let me explain why curiosity, evidence, and impact will be important to your lives using my field of philanthropy. The best philanthropists are invariably curious. They want to know not only what an organization might do with the resources they provide, but why and how one approach works better than another. More and more givers, especially big givers, want to know more about how their involvement of time and money is going to create public good. And an even more important question, how to know whether the chosen approach is the most effective use of time, resources, and energy to have a sustainable impact on the problem. Good philanthropists, just as good scientists, ask lots of questions. And this is where evidence becomes so important. You can't answer the question of whether strategy A is better than strategy B without looking at the evidence, the data. You, as graduates of the Faculty of Nursing, have been trained to assess the merits of treatment A over treatment B, by looking at what works best for the patient. Philanthropists want to see the evidence too. This is why many charities are now working harder to collect data and to build evidence-based arguments to demonstrate to their donors. Evidence goes hand in hand with impact. With evidence, you can describe an impact. You can measure impact as a number. For example, the number of young children who are getting access to preschool programs, or the numbers of families that are seen at a public health clinic. You can also measure impact at a larger scale as an outcome for society. Such a measure of impact might be the lower dropout rates in areas where more young children have been enrolled in preschool, or the lower rates of chronic disease in neighborhoods with public health clinics. The more rigorously defined the impact, the more compelling it is. Curiosity, evidence, and impact are becoming the hallmarks of effective philanthropy today. They apply as much to philanthropists as they do to nurses and scientists. In fact, you may smile to hear that just in the last 2 weeks, the Wall Street Journal published an article on philanthropy titled "The New Science of Giving." You have much that you share with the philanthropists who apply their curiosity, give of their time and expertise, and use evidence to create an impact on community. Above all, they and you care passionately about making the world better. A wonderful example of this passion close to home here in New Brunswick is the work of the Honorable Margaret McCain, a former Lieutenant Governor of this province. Mrs. McCain is a proud philanthropist who has used curiosity, evidence, and impact to make a compelling and passionate case for greater public investment in early childhood development. Through her foundation, she has been a funder, an advocate, and a catalyst for a sea change in the attention and resources devoted to children in the early years, from 0 to 5. She never stops working on this challenge. Here at UNB this past February, she and her foundation announced funding to conduct a feasibility study into an online B.Ed degree in early childhood education. She's a believer in evidence, in asking the right questions, and in having impact on an issue that matters to us all. What does my own story have to tell you? I can assure you that as a young graduate, trained in political science and economics, I did not think of myself as a philanthropist. My family has, for 3 generations, as you heard, involved itself in public service. And during my own decade or more as a public servant in Ottawa, I took on many different roles. But each one was a fascinating opportunity for me to use my curiosity to learn about how government works. It also taught me much about using evidence to make better policy. And there was no doubt in my mind about the impact of good and bad public policy on the lives of Canadians. More recently, I have worked in the nonprofit sector, building this national network for Canada's philanthropic foundations. The people working in these foundations are also scientists in their own way. They are discoverers, innovators, champions, communicators, collaborators. They support the untested, they spot the unexplored, they take risks on the unproven, and they convene the community around the most important issues of the day. Curiosity, evidence, and impact are very present in their lives. I express the hope in concluding that each of you too, whatever you choose to do, will always be curious, will seek out the facts, will not be lulled by less than disciplined thinking, and will engage passionately with the world. 2 years ago, one of my predecessors at this podium, Dr. Lawson Hunter, a distinguished alumnus of UNB, quoted the university's motto, and I hope I won't massacre the Latin by telling you, sapere aude, dare to be wise. At the core of this motto, said Dr. Hunter, is the idea of courage, the courage to seek after knowledge. What better idea to apply to your lives, whatever your future choices? Be curious always, search for the best answers, challenge yourselves to make a difference. This university has prepared you well to go out and do just that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pearson. Words to take to heart. We will now proceed to the conferring of degrees in course. May I extend to all of you who will graduate here today the warmest congratulations of the university. When you first came here as a student, you became a member of the extended UNB family. Today, all of this family, our faculty members, our staff members, colleagues, friends, family members, and I would add administrators, have gathered here today to share in your pride in reaching this very important milestone in your lives. We are pleased to recognize your hard work and sacrifice, and we wish you every success and happiness in the future. We hope that you will always value what you have learned here, and that you will forever remember your alma mater with great fondness. As each of you receives your degree today, you will be presented with a University of New Brunswick alumni pin by the UNB Associated Alumni. We will begin with the bachelor's degrees, followed by the master's and doctoral degrees. Candidates for the bachelor's degrees will be presented by Dr. Fritz.
The bachelor's degrees of science, medical laboratory science, and nursing. Candidates will remain seated for the supplication. Insignissime praeses, amplissima cancelare, supplicant centuri et huic venerabili collegio gubernatorum, hibec laureae vel scholaris in facultate scientiae, in facultate nutricia, quorum nomea ac studia iam reti cognita sunt, et promulgata ut admitator a proprium baccalaureae gradum in sua quisque facultate.
Placetne vobis senatores, placetne gubernatores, uti supplicatores admittanter.
The supplicants for all the bachelor's degrees will now stand for the presentation by the orator and admission by the president. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancelare, tota universitates, presente vobis hosce supplicatores in supra dictes facultatibus, ut admittantur ad proprium baccalaureae gradum in sua quisque facultate, tesquorque illos, quoad omnia quae statata nostra recreant, aptos e idonius essa.
Ego admitto vos gradum baccalaureae in Universitate Novi Brunswicki.
You will now proceed in your assigned order onto the dais for individual acceptance. The Dean of Science, Dr. David McGee, will present the Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Science diplomas. Bachelor of Science with honors. Marie Iris Barnhill. Francis Renee Lozier Bischoff. Aaron Lee Bustard. Hillary Jane Byrne. Emma Elizabeth Cable. Sean Edward Casey. Jasmine Swetyi Chong. Samuel Hearn Colburn. Sophie Nicole Cormier. Karen Alexandra Crane. Brittany Victoria Dixon. Jeremy Regis Doucette. Joel Adrian Eatman. Sophie Elizabeth Forrestal. Jocelyn Fotso So. Jean-François Gaston Godin. Rachel Mary Crawshaw Howard. Rosalinda Oylin Khan. Benjamin Thomas Knight. Yosef Lazarev. Brandon Scott LeBlanc. Melanie Carol McGilvray. Gabrielle Marie Maillet. Eric Guy Manuel. Sarah Lane McLaughlin. Geneva Christine Masheffery. Kyle Richard Miller. Frock Niehoff. Natalie Claire Willett. Ryan Robert Earl Olton. Sebastian Peter Pacey Smith. Ashley Marie Smith. Catherine Marie Standen. Thomas William Steves. Emma Louise Sumner. Joel Mark Treitz. Emily Lynn Wagum. Denise Claire Emerald. Tessa Jenna Bulawa. Taylor Christian Birch. Nicholas Simon Caron. Ryan Michael Hall. Christopher John Richard McDonald. Justin Andrew Miller. Thomas Jackson Parker. Nicholas Andrew Richard. Danica Lauren Wood. Kara Jane Allen. Letitia Christine Arbor. Aisha Louise Barabo Grofton. Emily Catherine Ann Berger. Catherine Ashley Campbell. Aaron Joel Carpenter. Brittany Marie Clifford. Samantha Amy Crombie. Chantal Lynn Drost. Kristen Judith Fulton. Emma Jane Harris. Mariana Lesmana. Karen Yoti Lynn Pond. Michelle Julie Roy. Diana Catherine Simpson. Paul Colin Smythe. Elizabeth Jean Vickers Drennan. Alexander Peter Charles Venot. Bachelor of Science, Samuel Joseph Almeida. Heather Victoria Baird. Victoria Ann Bigger. Calvin James Blackier. Eric Blake Brunsden. Bradley Emerson Butler. Spencer Dean Clements. Tiffany Cook. Alicia Lee Daly. Alyssa Marie Dow. Conrad Cameron Fox. Caitlin Ann Fife. Sean Hazen Gorman. Nikki Scott Gulliver. Brittany Alicia Jeames. James Francis Kellerman. Hannah Karen Langell. Aletha Jume Lee. Trudy Christina McDonald. Kyla Ann Keith Mann. Shelby Lynn McKenna. Lonnie Utwe. Bethany Rose Painter. Andrea Louise Madeline Pierce. Dana Brittany Quinn. Patrick Mowat Riley. Nicole Marie Sear. Evan Andrew Story. Jordan Roy Joseph Totten. Matthew Paul Tweedy. Lindsay Kathleen Walsh. Marika Ingrid Wheeler. Ashley Lois Williams. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Science degree. Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Science, Juan Chen. Jillian Ann Armsworthy Campbell. Alice Elizabeth Brennan. Vanessa Jane Briand. Sherry Lynn Cromwell. Corey Robert Dean Kraus. Lauren Susan Ems. Emily Anne Marie Jewett. Haiji Yi. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Science degree. Bachelor of Nursing. The Dean of Nursing, Dr. Gail Storr, will present the Bachelor of Nursing's diplomas. Madhu Elwis. Heather Dawn Beck. Cornelia Celine Bedard. Tawny Tamara Beliveau. Caitlin Louise Black. Deetra Diane Blackier. Sarah Beth Biting. Samantha Josephine Cameron. Lindsay Penny Carville. Ashley Alyssa Ann Chase. Aisha Jade Corbett. Francois Christian Cote. Natalie Lillian Daig. Amanda Terry Lee Daly. Kathleen Boydette Davidson. Megan Leah Taylor Dickey. Mallory Louise Dickinson. Carrie Ann Donovan. Jana Shelby Esty. Charlene Marie Forsyth. Chantel Ada Marie Gagnon. Danielle Marie Gallant. Jamie Keith Godet. Michelle Melanie Hache. Kristen Elizabeth Jardine. Carrie LeClaire. Hannah Lee. Jennifer Eva Lister Brown. Eloise Jareen Loy. Joshua Michael Mackin. Heather Jean McLean. Melanie Nicole Mador. Victoria Marie Magnus. Erin Lee Melanson. Allison Christine Moores. Amanda Margaret Murphy. Jose Claire Nelson. Shayna Heather Olson. Kendra Emma Olton. Julie Victoria Owen. Sarah Claire Richard. Shanti Robichaud. Holly Teresa Mary Robichaud. Katrina Lee Roos. Jessica Margaret Sargent. Jenna Marie Saunders. Kelly Marie Skinner. Brianna Viola Smith. Megan Kimberly Stanwicks. Heidi Elizabeth Steves. Victoria Susan Stevenson. Haley Ann Stonehouse. Jessica Myra Talbot. Melissa Ann Torpy. Emily Arlene Van Dyne. Kirsten Angelina Walker. Lisa Megan Weaver. Jessica Ellen Wally. Krista Marie White. Jaden Kathleen Warmel. Brenda Azo Akwar. Catherine Marie Allaby. Kelsey Dawn Arbo. Kenneth Anthony Bettel. Ashley Sue Broad. Emily Rose Buchanan. Desiree Marie Burke. Charlene Marie Burns. Michaela Ray Bush. Samantha Jocelyn Chapman. Christy Ray Clancy. Kristen Elaine Clark. Mariah Elizabeth May Cloutier. Alexander Lloyd Colpitz. Chelsea Margaret Mary Corcoran. Brittany Delia Cormier. Melissa Joy Kraus. Jessica Elizabeth Curry. Brittany Juanita Daig. Erica Lynn Duguay. Samantha Lauren Fazio. Marika Dawn Fecto. Danielle Amy Gaudreau. Vanessa Michelle Gaudreau. Rebecca Kathleen Grant. Amy Elizabeth Gray. Kathleen Elizabeth Haley. Alicia Harquell. Jamelia Amber Hazlitt. Amanda Marie Hollis. Michelle Marie Hubbard. Anne Marie Catherine Ivory. Albert Stephen Jardine. Kathleen Grace Jarvis. Sarah Ann Kenny. Shelby Lynn Keogh. Holly Ann LaFrance. Jessica Ann Levine. Amanda Kelsey LeBlanc. Kaylin Marie McCarthy. Jillian Alicia McDonald. Amber McKenzie. Jessica Sarah McPhee. Jade Kaylee Maltby. Alicia Lynn Manderson. Anne Marie Mather. Seni Wati McCollum. Mary Ruth McCarthy. Jennifer Marie McLaughlin. Taryn Christine McLaughlin. Patricia Marie Mitten. Sarah Ann Moore. Carolyn Eileen Murray. Allison K. Nelson. Kylie Ann Nickerson. Catlin Amber O'Shea. Clara Eve Robinson. Jenna Lee Ann Scott. Simon Daniel Sieber. Laura Beck Shaw. Krista Claire Smith. Caitlin Marie Steves. Alicia Lynn Sterling. Jenna Lee Stokes. Sarah Patricia Sutherland. Yulia Teleska. Chrisanne Rebecca Thibodeau. Rhonda Sydney Votor. Caitlin Elizabeth May Wagner. Barbara Laura Leanne Weir. Philip Gary White. Mindy Ellen Williston. Jamie Lynn Wilson. Martina Helen York. Tabitha Gale Belding. Mila Claire Blanchard. Drew Garrett Brazil. Jolene Elizabeth Callahan. Natalie Ray Callan. Jean-Francois Allard Carpenter. Laura Michelle DeLong. Sarah Allison Ecker. Tara Dawn Fernley. Molly Anna Gallivan. Brittany Ray Jackson. Vanessa Dawn Kelly. Sujin Lee. Catherine Mary Laurie. Jocelyn Ellen Melanson. Taryn Ruth Miller. Sarah Joy O'Rourke. Kelly Ann Pinder. Emily Jane Saunders. Sarah Elizabeth Sutherland. Danielle Beth Swanton. Sheena Jennifer Elizabeth Teed. Katie Marlene Van Vulpen. Adam Leslie Swinmar Wilkins. Rebecca Dawn Craig. Janie Lynn McCarthy. Elizabeth Jane Ryu. And this concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Nursing degree.
We will now confer the master's degree in course. The candidates will be presented by Dean Emerita of the School of Graduate Studies, Gwen Davies.
The Master's degree of Science and Nursing. Candidates will remain seated for the supplication. Insignissimi praeses, implissime cancelleri, supplicant senatui et vic venerabili collegio gubernatorum, e baccalauri ve scholaris in facultate scientiae, in facultate nutricia, quorum nomina, ex studia iam riti cognita sunt et promulgata, ut admittantur ad proprium magistri gradum in sua quisque facultate.
Placetne vobis senatores, placetne gubernatores, ut hi supplicatores admittantur.
The supplicants for the aforesaid master's degrees will stand for presentation and admission by the President. Insignissimi praeses, implissime cancelleri, tota universitas, praegento vobis hosci supplicatoris in supra dictis facultatibus, ut admittantur ad proprium magistri gradum in sua quisque facultate, testorque ilios, coed omnia quis statut nostra requirent, aptos et idoneos esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum magistri in universitati Novi Brunswicki.
You will now proceed in your assigned order onto the dais for individual acceptance. The Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. John Neville, will present the master's diplomas. Master of Science, Lujane Reda Alfilfo. Faduz Mohammed Al-Harbi. Melissa Ann Fulton. Brian Curtis Way. Master of Nursing, Angela Marie March. Thelma Elaine Messer. Julie Dawn Weir.
We will now confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidates will be presented by Dr. Davies.
The degree Doctor of Philosophy. Candidates will stand for the supplication. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancelleri, supplicant senatui et vic venerabili collegio gubernatorum. Samudu Depa Abisacara, chemistry. Franklin Ngwa Che, chemistry. Andreas Lambropoulos, chemistry. James Ian McKelvey, chemistry. Debayajoti Mondal, chemistry. Colleen Elizabeth Muir, chemistry. Sanjan Chandra Mishini, physics. Sirkan Sweetlu, mathematics. James Tembai Taita, chemistry. Magistri vel baccalauri ut admittatur ad gradum philosophiae doctoris.
Placetne vobis senatores, placetne gubernatores, ut hi supplicatores admittantur.
The candidates for the degree of philosophy will come forward and stand before the dais for the admission. Insignissimi praeses, amplissime cancellari, tota universitas, praegento vobis hosce supplicatores, ut admittantur ad gradum philosophiae doctoris. Testorque illos, quoad omnia quae statuta nostra requirent, aptos et idoneos esse.
Ego admitto, quas ad gradum philosophiae doctoris in Universitati Novi Brunswicki.
Please come up to the platform. Sumuda Deepa Abhisekera, chemistry. Dr. Abhisekera investigated gold nanoparticles as support materials for catalysts and has demonstrated promising catalytic activity, selectivity, and recyclability of the supported catalysts. Her findings will contribute towards the development of new nanoscale catalytic materials. Franklin Hua Che. Dr. Che investigated the complex electronic structures of various solid-state hydrogen storage materials using advanced computational techniques and has demonstrated the ubiquitous nature of counterintuitive hydride-hydride bonding. His findings in chemistry will contribute to the eventual realization of a hydrogen-based economy, as well as to a deeper understanding of fundamental chemical bonding. Andreas Lambropoulos, chemistry. Dr. Lambropoulos investigated oxazolone organocatalysts using computational chemistry techniques and has demonstrated a proposed mechanism of action for these catalysts. His findings will contribute to a greater understanding of organocatalysts through the use of computational chemistry and to possible methods to improve upon known organocatalysts and to discovery of new ones. James Ian McKelvey, chemistry. Dr. McKelvey investigated nanomaterials for force-sensing devices and has demonstrated that carbon nanotube composites can be used as the active element in multi-touch force sensors. His findings have contributed to a commercial product with a local startup company, Smart Skin Technologies. Debajoti Mondal, chemistry. Dr. Mondal investigated electrochemical, optical, and catalytic studies of nickel-layered double hydroxides and nickel sulfide nanoparticles. His findings will contribute to manufacture of cost-effective energy-saving smart windows and cheaper production of sulfur-free petroleum product. Colleen Elizabeth Muir, chemistry. Dr. Muir investigated fluid content in petroleum reservoir rocks using MRI and has demonstrated how MRI can be used to measure fluid transport in porous media. Her findings will contribute to our understanding of displacement processes that are important for enhanced oil recovery. Sajan Chandra Mushini, physics. Dr. Mushini investigated the characteristics of GPS signals' amplitude and phase fluctuations. He has demonstrated that GPS scintillation can be precisely quantified using the detrending filter and the phase scintillation index which he developed. His findings will contribute to developing high-latitude scintillation models, which could help understand the physics behind ionospheric plasma irregularities and manufacturing robust GPS receivers for precise positioning. James Tembai Taita, chemistry. Dr. Taita investigated and analyzed the electron density in some solid-state systems for hydrogen storage using computational density functional theory, and has demonstrated a detailed understanding of the types of interactions and physiochemical properties in these materials. His findings will contribute to the ongoing search and development of the hydrogen economy. This concludes the granting of degrees in course.
Congratulations, graduates. Please note that an English translation of your diploma has been placed inside the folder behind the parchment. In 2011, on the occasion of UNB's 225th anniversary, a new tradition was introduced, the UNB coin. I'd like to thank all of those who made this tradition possible, from the committee who worked hard to get the coin just right, to the associated alumni who made a significant financial contribution in support of the project. We hope this coin will carry your individual memories of a life-changing experience at UNB and serve as a reminder that when you combine an ambitious goal and personal dedication, you can attain anything. Maybe more importantly, let this coin be a symbol that you were, are, and will always be part of our family, the worldwide family of thousands of UNB alumni who work to better our world each and every day. We hope you hold your coin with pride. We are certainly very proud of you. We know you leave us with more knowledge, a greater sense of community, and the potential to make a significant difference in the quality of your own lives and the lives of those you touch as you take the next step in life's journey. Congratulations on a job well done. I now invite representatives of UNB's faculty, staff, and alumni to present the 2013 UNB coin.
We'll just give these folks time to resume their seats. I would now like to invite Heather Nielsen, President of the UNB Associated Alumni, to deliver the Welcome to New Alumni. Heather.
Good morning, 2013 graduates, and welcome to our exclusive club. The club is the Associate Alumni. We are members of this club, and when you're a member of a club, I feel you have a responsibility. And your responsibility is to share. We'd like you to share where you end up. We hope you keep in touch. Please give us your address and tell us about your exciting career. We'd love it if you'd share your expertise. We have many advisory boards at the university. We have our Associate Alumni Council. We also have the Board of Governors. At any time, you are welcome to get involved. And eventually, someday, I know you might consider sharing your treasure. I have the great opportunity of meeting many students who have benefited from alumni scholarships, and that all comes from people who have graduated from UNB. Congratulations to all of you on this special day. Be proud of your accomplishments. Give back to the world. Be passionate about what you do. And when you end up, wherever you end up, I hope you will consider organizing an event, and let me know. I'd love to come and share in that event with you. So take care. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Heather. Again this year, the graduating class has asked that the valedictory be presented at Insignia. The valedictorian for this ceremony is Katrina Roos from Moncton, New Brunswick, who today received her Bachelor of Nursing degree. Ms. Roos, I invite you to deliver the valedictory address.
Family, friends, faculty members, and most importantly, fellow graduates, good morning and thank you for being here today. Bonjour à vous tous et merci d'être avec nous aujourd'hui pour célébrer cette journée spéciale quand, après tant d'années d'études, nous recevons notre diplôme. Everyone can thank Mary Claire Pierce on the way out for creating an understandable greeting out of my horrible French. Whether you're here from Fredericton, one of our other campuses, or wherever you've come to us from, it's so wonderful to have you here with us today. On behalf of all the graduates, we'd like to thank our faculty members for all the time and guidance you've offered us, which has been indispensable to our education. Thank you. We'd also like to thank our family and friends for all the love and support you've shown us over the years, which has helped us to get to where we are today, the day of our graduation. I know, like many of my peers, I would not be here today if it had not been for my parents, my brother, and my friends keeping me sane and motivated along the way. I love you and I'll always be grateful. We are now graduates of the University of New Brunswick, which is so strange to say, as all the other grads could attest to. Most of the time it felt like this degree would never end, but we're finally here. When I first began in the nursing program, I knew absolutely no one in the class, which as you can imagine was completely terrifying. And because one terrifying experience wasn't enough for me, I decided partway through my degree to take off and spend time studying at the Moncton campus where again I knew nobody, almost nobody. Now I know I had nothing to worry about during those times because no matter where you go, UNB students will always be there to welcome you and maybe give you a little help when you need it. I am honored today to be graduating with two faculties of the most caring and wonderful individuals I've ever had the privilege to meet. It is truly amazing what the University of New Brunswick can give you, whether you need someone to study with or to nudge you awake in class, though I assure all the professors that never happened. There was always someone there with you. I know we are all leaving here with amazing friendships and some of our happiest memories. Today will be a bittersweet day as we close one chapter and set out on the rest of our lives, wherever they may take us. Whichever road we take, we know we leave here better prepared and so much richer for our experiences at this school. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a princess, and most people told me that that probably wouldn't work out, so I'd better have a plan B. My plan B, like many of my grads, always seemed to be changing. Some days I wanted to be a teacher and help people learn, or I wanted to be a parent and take care of people. Other days I wanted to solve mysteries, or I wanted to be a therapist and help people with their problems. So I decided to do something that allowed me to do all of these things. I became a nurse. Even a few years ago, I never would have guessed that this would be where I would find myself today. But the beautiful part about life is just that you can always change it. It is a little scary to think that we are no longer waiting for our lives to start or waiting for our future. It's finally here. And maybe today you know exactly what you're going to do after graduation, and maybe you don't, and that's okay. But whatever you do after today, whether you want to be a nurse, a speech therapist, or a teacher, do it with passion and be great. Be great at your job, be great in life, be great to your neighbors, and be great to strangers. Leave your best impression on the world and on every person you meet, every project you touch. Be great wherever and whenever you can, because when you look back, your life will be what you made it, and you can change your future every day, but you can never go back and change the things you didn't do. You can never change your past. So if your life is not yet what you want it to be, reinvent yourself and your life every day to make it into what you always imagined. We all know how hard we worked to get here today, how much it took, all the Scantron sheets, the papers, the late night studying, but after all that time, we're finally here. Now it is time to go out and make our lives what we always dreamed they would be. We all came here for different reasons, different inspirations, and as we leave today and embark on the rest of our lives, I'd like to leave you with one final quote, one final message. When you leave here today, don't forget why you came. To everyone, or to all the grads of 2013, your future is here. Go out and enjoy it, and good luck to every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina. Graduates, you arrived here at this day with a little bit of help. Many of the people who were able to help you are in the stands around you. Some of you have come a long distance, and perhaps your families have not been able to join you. But I would ask you all to stand and give a round of applause for the folks who supported you, whether they were able to be here or not. You know, they're all feeling pretty, you can sit down now. They're all feeling pretty happy, and I'm sure there's a certain sense of relief as well. On behalf of the Lieutenant Governor, the Chancellor, the Board of Governors, the Senate, the faculty, and the staff, I extend to all who have received their degrees here today our most sincere congratulations on your achievement and our very best wishes for your future. I also want to thank the St. John String Quartet, David Adams, Larissa Chitty, Christopher Buckley, Sonia Adams, as well as trumpeter Robert Dutton for providing the music for our 184th Insignia. Always a pleasure, thank you. I would also like to thank all of those who have assisted with the arrangements for this Insignia. It takes a medium-sized army to pull this off, and those on the inside actually refer to the event as Insania. At the conclusion of this ceremony, you are all cordially invited to attend an Insignia tea in McConnell Hall. That's the building just across the street from the Curry Center. You will find the associated alumni selling diploma frames, and a photo booth has been set up in McConnell Hall if you want to capture more memories with your family and your friends. It's now my pleasure to invite Lisa Weaver, who received her nursing degree this morning, to come up onto the platform and lead us in the singing of O Canada. Would everyone please rise? And I would ask that you stay standing until the academic procession has retired at the end of the anthem. Lisa.